I have to be suspected of committing a crime, about to commit a crime, or had committed a crime. I didn't do any of those. I did what I could to dispel your suspicion. I told you exactly what was going on. I showed you the apps on my phone.
The man confidently engaged in conversation with Officer Collins, who had approached him after receiving a report about a suspicious truck matching the description of a vehicle involved in a recent camper theft. Fully aware of his legal rights, he firmly refused her request to present identification, emphasizing that the police must have a reasonable suspicion of a crime before making such a demand. He argued that merely owning a white Dodge truck, a common vehicle, was not sufficient grounds to justify suspicion or compel him to provide ID. His solid understanding of the law left Officer Collins visibly unsettled, as she realized that her initial claim about a stolen camper could not withstand careful, logical scrutiny. His calm demeanor and sharp reasoning not only safeguarded his individual rights, but also forced a law enforcement officer to confront the delicate boundary between carrying out official duties and infringing upon civil liberties, a deeply human lesson within the framework of a rule of law society.
I didn't do any of those. I did what I could to dispel your suspicion. I told you exactly what was going on. I showed you the apps on my phone. I show you the plane here that's an emergency aircraft diverting to Dublin. I told you exactly what's going on, and in fact, here's the security code. 135 or 134 is what the security officer told me the code was to the bathroom, and you can go over there and verify that. To identify me for suspicion, you have to have a reasonable, articulable suspicion that a crime had been committed.
Matches the description of campers that
What's the description of the vehicle?
We have a white Dodge truck.
There's a lot of white Dodge trucks.
The man remained calm as he pointed out the flaws in the police officer's reasoning. He emphasized that asking for his ID did not resolve any specific doubts, especially since there was no solid evidence, such as a license plate number, and the vague description of the vehicle was clearly insufficient grounds for an arrest. He explained his legitimate reason for being at the scene. He was monitoring an emergency aircraft. His reasonable and coherent argument highlighted the weakness in the police's justification, showing their over-reliance on threats rather than reason and concrete evidence. Not only defending himself, he also subtly turned the situation into a reminder of the principles of the rule of law, that power cannot replace transparency, and suspicion cannot justify the infringement of citizens' rights.
Accurate. So you're here, we're getting a call from security who manages ZMAX. Your truck matches the description of the truck that is used to steal campers. Your truck comes back to a business.
Does this description of the truck that steals campers, did they get a license plate?
No.
Did they get anything other than a white Dodge truck?
No.
That's not reasonable, articulable suspicion that this is the truck.
Exactly. That's why I have to identify you, because if you
identifying me is not going to help you find out whether or not I've
but if
committed
the camper
any
goes
crime
stolen tonight, then I know I can eliminate you because I came and talked to you.
You can't eliminate me. What if I came back to steal a camper?
Well, then I already have your information.
But you see what I'm saying?
You just have
it doesn't make sense.
It does.
I don't have to give you my license if it's not a stop on ID state and I didn't commit a crime.
So
can we have a supervisor, please?
I am a sergeant.
It doesn't make any sense, Sergeant.
That's fine. You are here in an
What if I decline to give you my ID?
Then
am I free to go?
No.
I'm not free to go.
No.
You said it wasn't a traffic stop.
No.
It's not a traffic stop, but a call for service isn't enough.
Yes, it is.
It's not enough.
In the state of North Carolina, yes, it is.
It's not enough, Sergeant.
All right, well, hold on. I'll get a lieutenant out here, and we'll either determine if you're going to jail or not because you're failing.
Wait, hold on. Why would I go to jail for a conversation?
Because you're not giving me your identification.
When Officer Collins threatened to arrest him for not providing identification, the man confidently asserted that he understood the law. He reminded her that North Carolina is not a stop and ID state, and that he was under no obligation to comply without clear suspicion of criminal activity. Instead of being intimidated by her threat, he boldly called her out on her reasoning. When she quickly proceeded with the arrest, he didn't hesitate to criticize the overly zealous approach of the police. His firm stance and calm demeanor significantly undermined her authority, making her threat much less effective.
Sergeant, Miss Collins, let me tell you the problem with policing. You guys are so quick to throw people in jail. I didn't do anything wrong. I just told you what I was doing.
Your driver's license
Because
so
I
can
believe-
sit there and
did you-
put your information in.
Here's why.
And we're done.
Here's why. You swore an oath to defend the Constitution. You don't have reasonable articulable
I do
suspicion.
at this point.
You
You're
don't.
in it.
He man voiced strong criticism of law enforcement's tendency to escalate situations unnecessarily, highlighting, in particular, Officer Collins' eagerness to arrest him without proper cause. He accused her of failing to uphold her sworn duty to protect citizens' constitutional rights and pointed to systemic issues within the policing structure that enables such misconduct to persist. His criticism extended beyond personal defense, becoming a broader indictment of flawed law enforcement practices. In doing so, he positioned himself not merely as a victim of overreach, but as a vocal opponent of institutional injustice within a system that should exist to safeguard the public.
Area. You
Here's
match
what
the
I'll do.
description of the
I'm
call.
going to give you my license and I'm going to file a complaint.
That's fine.
We're going to make this a YouTube video.
That's fine.
We're going to make it go famous.
That's fine.
And Miss Collins, I apologize because there's a lot of people out there doing a good job.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that you're doing the right thing.
That's fine. And I will explain the complaint process and everything to you so that way
And can you give me a complaint form?
I cannot. It's at our police department. I'll give you the address.
We're going to do the complaint.
Okay, that's fine.
We're going to do the complaint.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, wait. Can I see this for a second?
In a second. 350 Concord, 27 out of California.
What I should have done, ma'am, is put it on the dashboard and made you take it.
It's going to be out of California. Adam 5098224. Adam 5098224 out of California.
Can I go get a complaint form now?
Yes, sir.
They're open.
Yes.
They will give me one?
Yes, so if you go to the
And
address,
listen, it's not about you.
That's fine. I get it.
It's about the Constitution, and I believe,
I understand.
and I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, I will stand corrected, but we're going to go through the process and
That's fine.
figure it out.
That's completely fine. So,
You know what I mean? Like,
I
it's
got
just
you.
it's just asinine.
do you want me to write it down, the address for you? Or you going to put it in your GPS?
No, you can write it down and I'll put it in the GPS. Oh, I mean, I could put it in the GPS now.
That's
well,
fine. I'm just,
yeah.
whatever's easiest for you.
Yeah. It just, my ID does nothing for you. It doesn't. It's like,
It does. It
don't take
identifies
offense
you.
to this. ID is like crack for cops. It just is. I mean, I watched the YouTube videos. I'm sure you must as well. It's crazy. It's crazy how policing these days want to lock everybody up. What's the address?
It's 41 Cabarrus Avenue, C-A-B-B. I'm sorry, C-A-B-A-R-R-U-S, West.
West.
Good.
This is it? Concord, Cabarrus
Yes, sir.
Avenue West?
27 on Matthews, Becker, California, showing valid 10-10-2975.
Head northeast
What's
toward
10-10-75?
Smith Boulevard, then turn
I'm sorry,
right
sir?
onto Prudence
What is
Smith
10-10-75?
You're not wanted.
Oh, I thought it was like my birthday. I'm like, that's not my birthday.
No, you're not wanted. So you'll go up to the police department. The doors are locked, but there's going to be a panel on the right-hand
button or
side.
something like
Push
that?
that button. They're going to ask what you need.
So this is it though, right? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but it's way over here?
Yes, sir. It's on our. You're.
Oh, yeah, it's Concord Police.
Yes,
I
sir.
thought it was like the sheriff's department.
No, you're the police department. Push the button on the side. She's going to ask what you need. Tell her that you need a complaint form. There is going to be a form that she's supposed to give you. You'll fill it out. They're going to call for a supervisor. It's not going to be me because
Okay.
obviously you're filing the complaint on me, so I'm not going to show up and take my own complaint.
I
Makes it fair. Another supervisor will show up. They're supposed to talk to you about the complaint. You fill out the complaint form. You give it to them. It then goes into our.
And they could do all this tonight?
Sir,
They could do all this tonight?
it will. The form will go in. Yes.
But I mean,
and then
somebody will come and talk to me tonight?
They should. Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
As long as we're not hot on a call or anything like that.
Sure.
They should be able to
I got
come up
time.
and take the complaint form from you. Other than that,
And again, man,
I get
you
it.
understand where I'm coming
I
from.
get it.
It's just like what's happening now that like I just pulled over to watch a thing. You know,
I get it.
Being safe,
I
safe,
understand.
and just
but
because
at the same time,
there's
you're in an area that your vehicle
I'm not-
matches the description. I know
not-
you don't know.
like, this is not
I
a
know
bad
you don't
area,
know.
right?
I get that. I know you don't know.
I
But
don't know, but it's not like come on.
we get a call from the people who do the security here. Your car, your truck matches the description. So I have to obviously get out, talk with you, identify you, make sure I know who you are.
I mean, what you could have done, because I wasn't even paying attention, is park back there, ways back, not turn on your lights, and watch to see what I was going to do or doing.
I honestly don't have the time to do that.
Yeah, well, I mean, getting my ID does nothing. Like, here's my schedule, just so you know. Austin, New Orleans, Charlotte, Dover, New York, New Hampshire, Detroit, Denver, Salt Lake City.
What are you doing for the Speedway?
Nobody told you?
No.
You didn't get the email?
No.
That's not even your fucking business, then, is it?
I'm the low
just
man on
kidding.
the totem pole, so I don't
You
get
can
to
take a
know
joke,
nothing.
though,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Okay. It's just-
I don't
did you
bother.
get the joke, though?
I did get it.
My friend always tells me that. It's like,
Well-
and I say that to my wife, it drives her crazy. I do mobile marketing promotions, and we're doing a promotion for a company.
Okay.
So we have these events that are, the Dover, this is Charlotte, 12th to the 14th. We set it up today. They do the event tomorrow.
Then
They
you
do
get
it
to go on
half
to
the
the
day,
next.
the 14th. And tomorrow, the reason why I'm here is I'm just trying to scope out the area because I need to go. See, my check engine light is on right here.
Yeah, that's not good. At least it's not flashing.
And you see this truck here that has 6,814 miles on it?
That's really not good.
This truck was bought to replace one that broke down that's in Beaumont, Texas. That was a 2022. The transmission blew up. We bought this one, and now I have a constant regen. I've been taking photos of
I was
the
going to say,
thing.
welcome to Dodge's engine problems.
Yeah.
They're not new.
Yeah, I know.
So,
We're suing for the other one. It's a buyback.
is it a
thing.
lemon? Or
Yes,
is
it
going
qualified
under
as
that?
it qualified as a lemon, but they didn't want to come up $1,300 to cover the costs that we incurred, so we had to hire an attorney. The attorney is working that out now out of Wisconsin, because that's where it was bought. This one was bought in Pennsylvania because we were in a rental truck and we had to swap to get out of the rental. So I had to fly into Pennsylvania, picked up the rental car, drove to Beaumont, Texas, dropped it off, returned the rental, flew home, and then my boss had this truck, and then his promo was over, and I had to do a promo, so we swap trucks all the time.
And now you just getting the short end of the stick with the one that's got the check engine light on.
You have no idea. You have no idea.
There is a Dodge dealership right up around the corner.
No,
so in the morning-
Hendrix. I was
Okay.
already mapping it out and scoping it out. But like I take copious notes when I call FCA. These are my notes.
That's good, because if it's not written down, it didn't happen.
Right, and so like 9/12 was today, yesterday. Yeah,
yesterday.
That was the latest call that I had. It's a nightmare.
Well, be safe.
It's already been in the shop for 6 days, and they said, "Oh, there's no problem with it." I'm like,
My best suggestion, if you are
just
staying,
release and reapply brake tissue. Oh, I had my foot on the brake too long.
if
It's
you
just
are-
habit. I have my foot
yeah.
on the brake
So
all
you
the
can't
time,
go nowhere.
even if it's in park, just because.
Things move,
Yeah.
even if they are in park.
So.
If you are staying over here on the campgrounds,
No, I think I'm going to go back to the Speedway.
okay. I was gonna say, if you are, I would move wherever it is, so you're not on the side of the.
You know
shoulder.
what's funny? I saw a truck driving around over there. It was a white pickup truck. I don't know if that's a security truck.
One of them is.
But then I'm parked right where the bathrooms are. And I had my parking lights on, and the truck is running, and I'm in a parking lot looking at my phone, and the guy drove right by me and took off right down this road leaving. And then I stayed there like another 3 to 5 minutes, and then just drove away at a normal rate of speed. Like, I'm not in a hurry.
I got you.
And then pulled right out and pulled right over here. So, and here's the thing too. Using your, how long have you been a police officer for?
6 going on 7 years.
6 going on 7 years. And again, this is just how I talk. Why the fuck would I leave a place if I was scoping someplace out and then park right here in front of the place? I know criminals are stupid.
I was gonna say,
but they're not that fucking stupid.
Actually, unfortunately, I have seen them do dumber things.
But like,
But I don't know you.
but I
that's-
gave you a good explanation.
yes,
and
but
I was
I've also had
honest
people who
with
give
you.
me good explanations that are criminals.
And if I wasn't driving a company truck, I would not have given you my ID. And for you to threaten to take me to jail just because you didn't like what I said, that's why I'm going to go do the complaint.
That's fine.
That's fucked up.
That's fine.
Sorry about the lane. It's
fine.
just the way.
I've heard worse and been called worse
but
at
I'm
this
not.
point in my life.
I'm
I
not
know.
directing
I
it
know.
at you.
I get it.
I'm directing it
Temple.
in general.
I got you. It's good to be frustrated, and that's how some people release.
Venting.
Yes. So,
So
be safe. Like I said, if you want to go down, you can go down now. Someone is there at the police department.
I'm gonna go down.
And press the button on the side and
All right.
tell them you need a complaint form, okay?
Got it.
All right, do you need anything else from me, sir?
No, before I leave though, I'm gonna take it out of this GPS and put it in this GPS because it goes there, so I don't have to have my phone on my lap.
I'll also write it down for you, so just in case.
No, I gotta hit. Like if I just do this, it'll show.
Okay.
Well, wait, yeah, that's it. No, that's not it.
Yeah, this.
Reluctantly handing over his ID, the man made it clear he would be filing a formal complaint against the officer's conduct. That firm declaration marked a shift in the dynamic. Officer Collins immediately recognized that the situation had changed. Faced with someone who clearly understood his rights and the legal process, she moved into a defensive posture, attempting to explain the complaint procedure, a way to defuse the tension. But it was too late. The man's calm demeanor and legal awareness had quietly shifted the balance of power. No longer a passive subject of authority, he had become someone holding the police accountable for their actions. His response was more than personal resistance. It was a forceful reminder that power, when misused, is never beyond scrutiny or consequence.